with you? My name is Mona, if you don't already know, or you can read the name down below. I know it's been a little minute since you've seen the girly for real, for real. I think I went live the other day. I did a little inside of life in my life. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all could have seen just a little bit of what's going on in my life. Ain't gonna lie, y'all. I've been working. Um, yes. And so I was actually meaning to do this. So we're about to listen to the audiobook, and I got a book right here. So we just gonna follow along.
Hello, everybody. This is Ryan, and I appreciate you listening to my reading of The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Introduction: The Smoky Mirror. 3,000 years ago, there was a human, just like you and me, who lived near a city surrounded by mountains. The human was studying to become a medicine man, to learn the knowledge of his ancestors, but he didn't completely agree with everything he was learning. In his heart, he felt there must be something more. One day, as he slept in a cave, he dreamed that he saw his own body sleeping. He came out of the cave on the night of a new moon. The sky was clear, and he could see millions of stars. Then, something happened inside of him that transformed his life forever. He looked at his hands, he felt his body, and he heard his own voice say, "I am made of light. I am made of stars." He looked at the stars again, and he realized that it's not the stars that create light, but rather light that creates the stars. Everything is made of light, he said, and the space in between isn't empty. And he knew that everything that exists is one living being, and that light is the messenger of life, because it is alive and contains all information. Then he realized that although he was made of stars, he was not those stars. "I am in between the stars," he thought. So he called the stars the tonal, and the light between the stars the nagual. And he knew that what created the harmony and space between the two is life or intent. Without life, the tonal and the nagual could not exist. Life is the force of the absolute, the supreme, the creator who creates everything. This is what he discovered. Everything in existence is a manifestation of the one living being we call God. Everything is God. And he came to the conclusion that human perception is merely light perceiving light. He also saw that matter is a mirror. Everything is a mirror that reflects light and creates images of that light. And the world of illusion, the dream, is just like smoke which doesn't allow us to see what we really are. The real us is pure love, pure light, he said.
Oh yes, and if you guys want, I love you too. I love you, King. I hope all is well, all is blessed. So we're reading the Four Agreements. If y'all can see, it's on the title already, and it's also inside of my audiobook. Ah, thank you for subscribing. Hey, how you doing? Well, welcome. My name is Mona. If you don't already know, or you can't read the name down below, we're just having book club. We're just reading the Four Agreements. It's also on my audiobook playlist. I have a lot of books. They drop a lot of good gems. A lot of good gems. Like I didn't talk to a lot of wealthy people, and like it's so crazy. We didn't talk about those books, and it's like crazy because I listen to those books and like actually like listen to them. So yes, they are definitely really good books. Like wealthy people like told me to read them, and I was like, I already listened to it, but you know it's good to listen again. Might catch something that you didn't. Oh, nobody cares. Oh, then fuck you too, then Abigail. playing. I'm just playing. Back to the
This
book.
realization changed his life.
Hello.
Once he knew what he really was, he looked around at other humans and the rest of nature, and he was amazed
I love you,
at what he saw.
Abigail.
He saw himself in everything, in every human, in
I
every
care, but
animal,
I'm not a
in every
nobody. I'm a
tree,
somebody,
in
so
the
I
water,
guess.
in the
I
rain,
guess you're right.
in the clouds, in the earth.
Nobody
And he
does care, but
saw
somebody do
that
care.
life mixed the
Nobody
Tanao
and
and
somebody
the
two different
Evolved
things.
in different ways to create billions of
Hello.
manifestations of life.
I am 21. Hello, hello. Hey, Dracon. Oh, listen. I wasn't taking you serious anyways. Can you get a shout out? Yes. Is it Dracon? You're 8. You're 8? Oh my gosh. You have so many years to be great. Make sure you plan out what you want to do in your life. Listen, get off your phone. Go and find some things outside. How do you say it? You're 11? Oh my gosh. The Four Agreements. This is, okay, since y'all all so young, this right here is a really good book for y'all to read. So, yes, we finna get back to the audiobook. Hey, Abigail. Thank you, Molly. You're about to be 9? Okay, big boy, big girl. Yeah, big dog. About time to start barking 9. Huh. You're 13 and you're 9? Oh my gosh, y'all are some children. But all praise due to the children. Y'all are going to be making the next generation. And it's so many great things that y'all can teach the world. Because, y'all, I done taught a lot of adults a lot of, like, great life lessons and stuff like that. And even while they've been talking to me, they done learned a lot of shit. But, girl, don't be nervous for school. Because it's a new class. Go in there and handle your business, okay? Be Miss SOB, stand on your business and going on about your business, because honestly a school year only lasts 10 months. It ain't gonna last forever. They can't hold a big corner forever now. Ooh, period. You gonna have all your dogs. If you like dogs so much, you can start breeding dogs. You can make money off of anything, as long as you enjoy doing it. That's the key. As long as you enjoy doing it fulfills your heart. Okay, so we're gonna get back to the audiobook. I backed it up a little bit.
In every human, in every animal, in every tree.
So we're gonna back it up just a little bit to this real.
He said. This realization changed his life. Once he knew what he really was, he looked around at other humans and the rest of nature, and he was amazed at what he saw. He saw himself in everything, in every human, in every animal, in every tree, in the water, in the rain, in the clouds, in the earth. And he saw.
Shout out to DAKON. I don't know what that mean, but shit, we might be kin. A character off for a cop when I grow up. You want to be, I mean, you can do that. That's very attainable. All you really have to do is graduate high school and go to the police academy. That's so attainable to be a police officer. Like, it's literally a 1, 2, 3 step. Like, it's literally graduate high school, go to the police academy, become a police officer. 1, 2, 3. Like, you can do it. I believe in you. Just keep the faith. Keep the faith. As long as you keep your faith and keep your patience, you good
That
to
life
go.
mixed the Tanal and the Nagual in different ways to create billions of manifestations of life. In those few moments, he comprehended mixed the Tanal and the Nagual in different ways to create billions of manifestations of life. In those few moments, he comprehended everything.
So just to catch you guys up, the Tagal, Tanal is the Tanal. I think it's the Tanal. Is the light between the stars and the star. Okay, so the Tanal is the stars. So we are the stars. So like us, we will be the stars, and the Nagal is like the light between the stars. So that's like the distance and everything and all that stuff like that is that's between each one of these objects and everything like that. Because the stars is basically everything is stars because stars is composed of a whole lot of minerals and all the different type of things like that. And close up to a star, you feel what I'm saying? It looks a lot different. Even like planets, they look like they're shining and all that stuff like that because they're composed of stars. Like planets are really stars. Um, but it's different cool makeups and all that stuff like that. It looks different. So you got into some fights with some boys at school. You went to the third grade. What? Listen, you ain't come there for all them folks. You came there for your education. You came there to learn something. You tell them folks, hey, listen, I understand you want to have a problem with me, but I don't want to have no problem with you. And I came here to get somewhere in life. If you don't want to get somewhere, they ain't got nothing to do with me. But I'm gonna get somewhere. And I'm gonna get to all the right places, so I'm gonna do all the right things. So yes, the Nagal is basically the light between the stars and all that stuff like that. So it's just everything that's in between, and we're the stars. Everything around us is stars. Just to catch up.
He was very excited, and his heart was filled with peace. He could hardly wait to tell his people what he had discovered, but there was no words to explain it. They could see that he had changed, that something beautiful was radiating from his eyes and his voice. He tried to tell the others, but they could not understand. They noticed that he no longer had judgment about anything or anyone. He was no longer like anyone else. He could
You're eight,
understand
but
everyone very
you
well,
can't fall in love with me.
but
I'm
no
too
one
old
could
for you. I'm not a
understand
cougar.
him. They believed that he was an incarnation of God, and he
And baby,
smiled
you a
when he heard
case.
this, and he
And I
said,
don't want to get
"It
case
is
though.
true.
I got too much stuff to
I
lose.
am God, but you are also God.
Thank
We are
you.
the
I
same,
appreciate
you and I.
you.
We are images of light. We are God." But still, the people didn't understand him. He had discovered that he
I'm
was a
gonna back
mirror
that up
for the
just
rest
so
of the
y'all can
people.
hear that
They,
again. Yes, I am finally black
but
back
they
and
could
I'm
not
here to
understand.
stay.
They
Cause this my
noticed that he no
place.
longer had judgment about anything to tell his people what he had discovered. His heart was filled with manifestations of life. In those few moments, he comprehended everything. He was very excited, and his heart was filled with peace. He could hardly wait to tell his people what he had discovered, but
Later,
there
see you
was no
later.
words to
Have a beautiful,
explain it.
blessed, prosperous day. Stay
They could
safe.
see that he had changed, that something
Thank
beautiful was
you.
radiating from his eyes and his voice. He tried to tell the others, but they could not understand. They noticed that he no longer had judgment about anything or anyone. He was no longer like anyone else. He could understand everyone very well, but no one could understand him. They believed that he was an incarnation of God, and he smiled when he heard this, and he said, "It is true. I am God, but you are also God. We are the same, you and I. We are images of light. We are God." But still, the people didn't understand him. He had discovered that he was a mirror for the rest of the people, a mirror in which he could see himself. Everyone is a mirror, he said. He saw himself in everyone, but nobody saw him as themselves. And he realized that everyone was dreaming, but without awareness, without knowing what they really are. They couldn't see him as themselves because there was a wall of fog or smoke between the mirrors. And that wall of fog was made by the interpretation of images of light, the dream of humans. Then he knew that he would soon forget all that he had learned. He wanted to remember all the visions he had had. So he decided to call himself the smoky mirror, so that he would always know that matter is a mirror, and the smoke in between is what keeps us from knowing what we are. He said, "I am the smoky mirror, because I am looking at myself and all of you. But we don't recognize each other because of the smoke in between us. That smoke is the dream, and the mirror is you, the dreamer." Chapter 1. Domestication and the Dream of the Planet. What you are seeing and hearing right now is nothing but a dream. You are dreaming right now in this moment. You are dreaming with the brain awake. Dreaming is the main function of the mind, and the mind dreams 24 hours a day. It dreams when the brain is awake, and it also dreams when the brain is asleep. The difference is that when the brain is awake, there is a material frame that makes us perceive things in a linear way. When we go to sleep, we do not have the frame, and the dream has the tendency to change constantly. Humans are dreaming all the time. Before we were born, the humans before us created a big outside dream that we will call society's dream, or the dream of the planet. The dream of the planet is a collective dream of billions of smaller personal dreams, which together create a dream of a family, a dream of a community, a dream of a city, a dream of a country, and finally, a dream of the whole humanity. The dream of the planet includes all of society's rules, its beliefs, its laws, its religions, its different cultures and ways to be, its governments, schools, social events, and holidays. We are born with the capacity to learn how to dream, and the humans who live before us teach us how to dream the way society dreams. The outside dream has so many rules that when a new human is born, we hook the child's attention and introduce these rules into his or her mind. The outside dream uses mom and dad, the schools, and religion to teach us how to dream. Attention is the ability we have to discriminate and to focus only on that which we want to perceive. We can perceive millions of things simultaneously. By using our attention, we can hold whatever we want to perceive in the foreground of our mind. The adults around us hooked our attention and put information into our minds through repetition. That is the way we learned everything we know. By using our attention, we learned a whole reality, a whole dream. We learned how to behave in society, what to believe and what not to believe, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, what is good and what is bad, what is beautiful and what is ugly, what is right and what is wrong. It was all there already. All that knowledge, All those rules and concepts about how to behave in the world. When you were in school, you sat in a little chair and put your attention on what the teacher was teaching you. When you went to church, you put your attention on what the priest or minister was telling you. It is the same dynamic with mom and dad, brothers and sisters. They were all trying to hook your attention. We also learn to hook the attention of other humans, and we develop a need for attention which can become very competitive. Children compete for the attention of their parents, their teachers, their friends. Look at me. Look at what I'm doing. Hey, I'm here. The need for attention becomes very strong and continues into adulthood. The outside dream hooks our attention and teaches us what to believe, beginning with the language that we speak. Language is the code for understanding and communication between humans. Every letter, every word in each language is an agreement. We call this a page in a book. The word page is an agreement that we understand. Once we understand the code, our attention is hooked and the energy is transferred from one person to another. It was not your choice to speak English. You didn't choose your religion or your moral values. They were already there before you were born. We never had the opportunity to choose what to believe or what not to believe. We never chose even the smallest of these agreements. We didn't even choose our own name. As children, we didn't have the opportunity to choose our beliefs, but we agreed with the information that was passed to us from the stream of the planet via other humans. The only way to store information is by agreement. The outside dream may hook our attention, but if we don't agree, we don't store that information. As soon as we agree, we believe it. And this is called faith. To have faith is to believe unconditionally. That's how we learn as children. Children believe everything adults say. We agree with them, and our faith is so strong that the belief system controls our whole dream of life. We didn't choose these beliefs, and we may have rebelled against them, but we were not strong enough to win the rebellion. The result is surrender to the beliefs with our agreement. I call this process the domestication of humans. And through this domestication, we learn how to live and how to dream. In human domestication, the information from the outside dream is conveyed to the inside dream, creating our whole belief system. First, the child is taught the names of things: mom, dad, milk, bottle. Day by day, at home, at school, at church, and from television, we are told how to live. What kind of behavior is acceptable? The outside dream.
That's why you need to watch your kids. You watch it on YouTube.
We have a whole
learning what kind of
what
behavior is acceptable. That
and
tantrum shit ain't acceptable.
And we also learn to judge.
I'm sorry, let me not judge.
Judge other people. Judge the neighbors. Children are domesticated the same way that we domesticate a dog, a cat, or any other animal. In order to teach a dog, we punish the dog and we give it rewards. We train our children, whom we love so much, the same way that we train any domesticated animal, with a system of punishment and reward. We are told, you're a good boy, or you're a good girl, when we do what mom or dad wants us to do. When we don't, we are a bad girl or a bad boy. When we went against the rules, we were punished. When we went along with the rules, we got a reward. We were punished many times a day, and we were also rewarded many times a day. Soon we become afraid of being punished and also afraid of not receiving the reward. The reward is the attention that we got from our parents or from other people like siblings, teachers, and friends. We soon develop a need to hook other people's attention in order to get the reward. The reward feels good, and we keep doing what others want us to do in order to get the reward. With that fear of being punished and that fear of not getting the reward, we start pretending to be what we are not, just to please others, just to be good enough for someone else. We try to please mom and dad. We try to please the teachers at school. We try to please the church, and so we start acting. We pretend to be what we are not because we are afraid of being rejected. The fear of being rejected becomes the fear of not being good enough. Eventually, we become someone that we are not. We become a copy of mama's beliefs, daddy's beliefs, society's beliefs, and religion's beliefs. All our normal tendencies are lost in the process of domestication. And when we are old enough for our mind to understand, we learn the word no. The adults say, don't do this and don't do that. We rebel and say no. We rebel because we are defending our freedom. We want to be ourselves, but we are very little, and the adults are big and strong. After a certain time, we are afraid because we know that every time we do something wrong, we are going to be punished. The domestication is so strong that at a certain point in our lives, we no longer need anyone to domesticate us. We don't need mom or dad, the school or the church to domesticate us. We are so well trained that we are our own domesticator. We are an auto-domesticated animal. We can now domesticate ourselves according to the same belief system we were given and using the same system of punishment and reward. We punish ourselves when we don't follow the rules according to our belief system. We reward ourselves when we are the good boy or the good girl. The belief system is like a book of law that rules our mind. Without question, whatever is in that book of law is our truth. We base all of our judgments according to the book of law, even if these judgments go against our own inner nature. Even moral laws, like the Ten Commandments, are programmed into our mind in the process of domestication. One by one, all these agreements go into the book of law, and these agreements rule our dream. There is something in our minds that judges everybody and everything, including the weather, the dog, the cat, everything. The inner judge uses what is in our book of law to judge everything we do and don't do, everything we think and don't think, and everything we feel and don't feel. Everything lives under the tyranny of this judge. Every time we do something that goes against the book of law, the judge says we are guilty. We need to be punished. We should be ashamed. This happens many times a day, day after day, for all the years of our lives. There is another part of us that receives the judgments, and this part is called the victim. The victim carries the blame, the guilt, and the shame. It is the part of us that says, poor me, I'm not good enough. I'm not intelligent enough. I'm not attractive enough. I'm not worthy of love. Poor me. The big judge agrees and says, yes, you are not good enough. And this is all based on a belief system that we never chose to believe. These beliefs are so strong that even years later, when we are exposed to new concepts and try to make our own decisions, we find that these beliefs still control our lives. Whatever goes against the book of law will make you feel a funny sensation in your solar plexus, and it's called fear. Breaking the rules in the book of law opens your emotional wounds, and your reaction is to create emotional poison. Because everything that is in the book of law has to be true. Anything that challenges what you believe is going to make you feel unsafe. Even if the book of law is wrong, it makes you feel safe. That is why we need a great deal of courage to challenge our own beliefs. Because even if we know that we didn't choose all these beliefs, it is also true that we agreed to all of them. The agreement is so strong that even if we understand the concept of it not being true, we feel the blame.
Yo, I'm gonna take like a 10-minute nap. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm gonna take a 10-minute out. I'll be back. We're gonna pause this right here. We're gonna leave back off on where we left off at. And I'll be back in like 15 minutes. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed, prosperous day. I'll see y'all in like a little second. Oh, I was talking to y'all. My apologies. Yes, I'm gonna talk to y'all. We were just doing book club and everything today. We were just having like a little chill day on here because I actually had a goal to actually like read this book wholly and fully by like to end of the day and everything like that. So I was like, might as well come and do it on here since I did tell y'all we was gonna be doing book club. And on my Instagram a little minute ago, I had asked them which book do you guys want to read first, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or the Four Agreements, and a lot of people agreed on the Four Agreements. So I'm actually doing it. It may take me a little second to do what I say, but I'm gonna always do it for y'all. I'm always stand on my word. Um, so yes. But yeah, okay, so I'm gonna come back to y'all in like 15 minutes. I'm gonna go take me a nap. This will make me tired. And this heat make me tired too. The environment make me tired. I need to take me a nap. I'll be right back. Y'all, I'm back real quick. I got a phone call, so I guess I'm not finna take my nap. I actually got some stuff I'm finna do. But I guess I can kind of vlog while I'm near it and everything. Y'all got this big ass pimple right here. This shit is still growing. Like, it's like 5 pimples growing all at one time. It's disgusting. Like, I don't know what the fuck my face is doing. Like, and it hurts. Like, I even feel it when I talk. Like, I literally feel it through my fucking lip with my fucking teeth. Like, this shit hurts. But y'all, I'm finna go get dressed. See y'all later, alligators. Catch y'all at the rock, crocodile. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed, prosperous day. May all your blessings and prosperity find you. I'm definitely gonna be back on here later to talk to y'all because y'all know I actually have a lot of talking points to actually talk to y'all about other than doing book club. But I was doing this and everything like that, so I wanted to just do this with y'all because I was about to do it on my free time, by myself. So I was just like, you know what? Let me really let y'all in. You feel what I'm saying? More, but I have been working, y'all. I got a regular job. You feel what I'm saying? In the inside, and so yeah, I have been working a lot, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Also, I keep doing my little thing. Just y'all, just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. That's the message of the day. Keep going, whatever you are doing. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep being persistent. Keep on making your inches and everything like that, and you're gonna eventually get to your feet and your like. And even centimeters, centimeters is even millicentimeters is still you moving. Like even if you make little progress, like keeping on adding on to that little thing. Your millicentimeters eventually gonna add up to centimeters, which is gonna add up to inches, which is gonna add up to foot, which is gonna add up to yards, which is gonna add up to miles. Keep on going, y'all. Have a blessed, prosperous day. Y'all stay safe.